The Divestor tax. Unfunny, black British comedian got tired of dating broke white men, so she came to America to do the reach back. Which one of you simps will take her on? Black men are the world's garbage men, or as others would say, greatest stepdaddies. Let's take a listen.
Okay, quickly before I go out, the girlies want to know if black British women are not dating black British men. Who are they dating? The answer is, we're dating white guys. Both my ex-boyfriends in the UK were white. I'll tell you the type of white, like liberal white men. Like if you watch Love is Blind UK, Benaya, I was dating Benayas. And dating Benayas was great. They treat you very well compared to my other option, which was not dating at all, because the black men in my circles weren't checking for me. They were very much exclusively only dating white women, and they let me know. And two, the black men that I did date, some of them had internalized racism. So there was things about my blackness they didn't like. So, for example, I'm not seen as attractive in the UK. I'm all right, but I led with my personality more because I just didn't think I had the looks, and it was black men telling me that I didn't have the looks. Like some of the worst names I've ever been called ever in my life have been from black British men. So I remember I dated a black guy and he wouldn't like it if I took off my wigs at night to sleep. He wanted me to sleep with my wig on because he didn't like my 4C hair. And I would date like white guys, like liberal white guys that, at times would, when I'm too tired, would take my wig off for me and put it on a wig stand and brush it out. So, I think that black British women have decided to just go where we're wanted and where we're adored. And if that's white men, it's white men. And love is love and be happy. But yeah, I noticed, and we kind of all noticed that like a lot of black men in the UK have a preference and it's not us. But since moving to America, I've only ever dated black men. And I want to thank, again, America, sorry to be up your ass, but I didn't think I was cute until I moved here. Like, oh my God, I get approached by black men here and I get to date black men here for the first time in my adult life. I'm dating black men. It's nice to be adored by your own kind. And that's never really happened for me in the UK. And a lot of dark-skinned women feel that way because, like I said, the type of a lot of black men in the UK is white women or racially ambiguous, and I am neither. So yeah, we're dating white guys. Love is love. Date who you want. All right, I'm going out. Have a good night.
The typical blame black men trope in order to justify dating white men when it was black girls who bullied her.
I now remember why we broke up. This is why. Well, this has been lovely.
I first met London in a performer's bar in the Edinburgh Fringe Festival.
He had big curly hair when I met him, and I thought that was kind of cute.
She's actually really sweet and gentle, more so than the TV persona might suggest.
When he met me, I was more known than him in the comedy world.
Did I get jealous when I saw London appearing on Mock the Week? Tiny bit.
I kind of think Tommy was jealous.
It ended because we'd been having too many arguments, from what I recall.
I'm single, and to be fair, like, me and Tommy hooking back up, it's not completely off the table because Tommy was my first ever boyfriend. Anyway, Tommy, do you know you're my first? Did you know that?
It is a privilege and an honour to hear that I am the individual responsible for administering the first ooh to London.
Love a napkin? Oh, wow. Okay. Do you prefer girls or boys?
I changed my preferences on a well-known dating app to include both genders.
Why?
Because it seemed like the thing to do if one is curious.
What did you find out?
I feel like I prefer girls.
So you bi then?
A fluid bi.
Fluid bi.
I think it's
But
just...
gay guys love me. That's the thing. So that's why I'm like, that's kind of cool. That's something to go in my book. Like, I turned a man gay.
I think London is invested in my sexuality going forward because it will affect the material that she gets to deliver about whether or not she turned a man gay, which she didn't.
Have you actually had actual bits done?
Fumbling. I did.
Did you get it done to you or did you give it?
I got it done.
Okay, so my phone has been going off. The video I did has caused a stir. I've made it onto UK Black Twitter. It's a whole thing today. But people have been asking me when I figured out that I was attractive in America. And it's a story. So basically, I've been in television since I was 19. I'm 35. But according to UK Black Twitter, I'm 40. But I'm 35. And I've been in television in the UK since I was 19. And a lot of the times being in entertainment, like they'll clip up a clip of whatever you've been on YouTube, and you know, they don't read the YouTube comments, right? But we all do it. And like, obviously YouTube represents the worst of people. So when I read the comments, I'm preparing myself for the worst. But, you know, I just like to see what the general consensus on me is. So I find it really important to read YouTube comments. So I do. So in the UK, I would read YouTube comments, and like the worst thing they said about me was my looks. So the best thing they would say about me would be like if I was really funny, but they would never be like she's really pretty or she's hot or she's cute. None of that. It would be like she's really funny or I really like her outfit. And then the worst things they would say would be like she's so annoying, she's vile, she's ugly, she's a beast, she's busted, she's butters. There was a time when people kept calling me Earl Sweatshirt. If you don't know who Earl Sweatshirt is, he's a rapper that's in Tyler the Creator's Odd Future. I'll post a picture of him. I had a Earl Sweatshirt era. There was also a time when people were calling me Jay-Z, and you know, you get a tough skin when you read negative comments about yourself, especially coming from Black people. So, you know, I came to America with that tough skin, and about 3 years ago, my comedian friend, a guy called Tahir, he's very funny, he asked me to do his YouTube comedy like game show series. It was called Spelling is Hard. It was like a comedy spelling bee, and he asked me to be a guest on it, and we filmed it, and he was going to upload it that Sunday. And I remember just like feeling sick waiting for it to upload. But let's be clear, I built up a thick skin. But like, if this is what they're calling me in the UK, like in America, it's going to be even worse because there's some gorgeous people in this country. So I was expecting it to be even worse, honestly. And so I prepared myself. The episode came out. The comments were popping. I clicked the comments and I saw, she's fine AF. Damn, she's fine. Sexy. What? Excuse me? I was in shock. Like, truly, that was the first time I'd ever seen positive comments about myself. Oh, I could tell they weren't being sincere. Most Black British women could tell they weren't being sincere. Okay, so in Britain, it's hard to explain. Basically, there's a thing called internalized racism, and it's very prevalent with Black British men. You'll go around in the UK as a gorgeous, dark-skinned Black woman like myself, and 9 times out of 10, the Black men there, they don't want to date you. Like, it's like, I know it happens in America as well, but it happens so much in the UK to the point where like I could just tell by looking at Furhad and James that they don't date Black women. I know they've said they date everybody, but that's just code for, you know, I like women, I like racially ambiguous women. It's obvious. And mixed race men like James, 9 times out of 10, I know in America they have the 1 drop rule, whereas if like, you know, you got a bit of black in you, you're Black. We don't have that in Britain. So mixed race is its own genre. And a lot of mixed race men, they are half Black and half white. And so sometimes you'll meet them 9 times out of 10, culturally, they lean more into the white side than the Black. And also to get far in the industry, especially the podcast industry in Britain, again, that proximity to whiteness is there. Everyone's white, and like your boss is white, your agent's white, the producer of the podcast is white. He's not around. Neither of them men are around Black women that. Maybe family members. Outside of that, in their workspace, they have probably said things that disparage Black women all the time, and it's gone unchecked. Which is why you know that Andrew Schultz said that. They didn't remove the comment from the podcast because literally I don't think they thought there was anything wrong with saying that because they're so used to disrespecting Black women because, like I said, the proximity to whiteness in the UK is that like white people disrespect Black women, Black men disrespect Black women. Like we're just so used to taking L's over there that some people don't even realize they're L's, myself included. I've had things happen to me and it's not until I've told my American friends and they've been like, they said that? They did what? And I'm like, oh yeah, I guess that was bad. But like, you're just so used to the disrespect. So no, I don't think they apologized when they got caught. They apologized because it was the right thing to do. But no, as you can see, they've pulled up their old podcasts and they've said a lot of crazy things about Black women in the past. And again, they probably didn't think that was a big deal because, like I said, Black women stay taking L's in the UK. It's very sad.
I was in a club, living my best life, looking finer than I do right now, which is a shock, right? And I was dancing, doing my thing, and I saw this fit-ass guy. He was so fit, like Henry Cavill, but sexy, fit. And he was talking to another girl, right? And she was gorgeous, but I backed myself, innit? You gotta back yourself in life, yeah? I'm a stunner. And I knew I could get his attention, so I started doing extreme body popping, right? So I was like, hey. Right? So he came over, obviously I got him. He came over like, what the fuck is she doing? He came over to me and he was like, hey, you okay? And we had this instant chemistry. And I was flirting with him so much I even forgot that I left my friend Stacey at the bar with the drinks. So Stacey at the bar watched this whole thing and she's very, very nervous girl. And I left her by herself. And I was talking to this fit guy. He just went in for a kiss and we started kissing. And we're rolling about and we roll into his cab. We roll to his house and I'm like, I'm ready to have sex with this. You know, we just know, ladies. So we get to his house and first of all, the house is lovely. Now I know for a fact that nobody in their late 20s has a lovely house in London. Nobody. They can't afford it. So I feel like it would have had to have been his parents' house. Sorry, I just can't. This is too much. He was like, hey, I'm just going to go upstairs and tidy my room. That's how I knew he lived with his mum and dad. Fucking tidy your fucking room, he's 12. He's upstairs to tidy his room. And I start looking around the house. So I'm looking around at all his parents' money and that. Like, this is nice. I can get used to this. Like, maybe there's a will, you know, silver lining. Like, this might be a bit of me, do you know what I mean? I'm looking at the bookshelf, just perusing and that, because I'm like cultured, proper cultured. And I see this book, right? And it's called Bossy Pants by Tina Fey. And I was like, oh wow, like I have that book. Like we got something in common, we're book twins. Like I have that book. Like it's a great book, I've read that book. I have that book. I have that book. I have it. I had it. Where did I leave that book? Where did I leave? Did I leave it at a guy's house? I think I left it at a guy's house, I think. Maybe let me just get the book. I pulled the book off the shelf, opened it, and I'm a nerd, and I put my name, LH, in the corner of every book, because book crime is real, right? I was like, that's my book. How did my book get in this guy's house? Oh my God, I fucked him before! Oh my God! I was about to double fuck him! How many men in London have you had to go through when you're fucking doubling up? He runs down like, is everything okay? I'm like, you're a dickhead! You've got my book in your bookshelf. We've had sex before. You were gonna double fuck me. Why didn't you tell me that we had sex before? You little pervert. You're still fit. Be a pervert. And he went, babes, I thought you knew. I thought we were playing some kinky roleplay game and we were pretending we were strangers. He remembered who the fuck I was. I was the whore that forgot.
After getting ran through by broke, gay, white men, she is now attempting to reach back. She is trying to get Michael B. Jordan's attention. How convenient. This happens when black men don't do their research. All of her comedy is about her having sex with white men, so I don't know how black men can miss this. The Divestor tax.
Could be young or old, it really doesn't matter, as long as he's white and available. These babes so desperate for a whitey. No black man stands a chance. Oh. If you're black, nothing for you, but if you're white, there's something for you. In the world, white is right, but black is wrong. If you're black, nothing for you. If you're white, there's plenty for you. Desperate babes on the prowl, in search of a white man. The white man, white man, the white man, white man, in search of a whitey, a whitey, whitey, a whitey, whitey. Some of them are desperate, ooh, so desperate, just to hook a whitey to marry. It could be English, American, even Indian, or an Asian. Just as long as his skin is white, it's okay.